Okay, Dana Lash, you tweeted this. You said you don't have to be a Christie fan, and you're not really. I think we have to state that from the start, to note the startling difference between handling of Bridgegate and NSA IRS Benghazi. Do you feel there's a double standard here in the way the Democrats are going after Christie, given the way those three other scandals played out?
Yeah, well, I knew you couldn't quit me, Piers. But to answer your question, yeah, I do think that there's a difference. And I wanted to add, too, to Mark's point, which I actually agree with. I think there's a little bit of political retribution going on here with the Republican Party as well after the relief funding with Hurricane Sandy. But I do think there has been a double standard. I myself have asked many times. I wish that we could get more answers as to how involved the president was with the IRS when we knew that his top aides knew, when it went all the way up to the top, even the IRS's chief counsel. When I ask that question, I'm attacked, and other conservatives are attacked, and their characters maligned. But I have the same question with Chris Christie. I, like the other two on this panel, don't think that all the questions have been answered. I still think that there's yet more to come out. But yet when I ask that same question, what did Christie know? When did he know it? I don't see any of that criticism. And Bridgegate, in comparison to the things that we've seen with Benghazi and the IRS scandal and Fast and Furious, there was a lot more at stake with those other scandals.
I think there's like a verbal tick among conservatives that whenever you mention anything with a Republican, they have to say Benghazi. Benghazi,
a verbal tick? You call 4 dead Americans a verbal tick?
No, I call the
no.
This is the Mark. This is the other thing that's done.
Mark, let me just say something. I actually think Dana raises a very perfectly relevant point, which is I think there is a hypocrisy there. You know, having lived through these 3 other scandals that she cited, I do remember the way the Democrats behaved over that, and now suddenly it looks like it's a different criteria, even though you could argue that Bridgegate is just as serious as any of the others. People's lives could have been lost there. I mean, it may be arguable that some of them were.
Absolutely. And let me be clear so that I'm not mischaracterized. I'm not suggesting that 4 dead Americans is unimportant. I'm suggesting that the connection between President Obama and also the State Department and those deaths are not the type of connection that people have alleged. That's the concern here. The IRS scandal.
But it comes down to accountability, doesn't it? It comes down to accountability.
It absolutely does.
If you're the boss, if you're the president or you're a governor, how accountable should you be for the actions of people working for you?
You should know what's going on, and you should also be responsible for the culture that you create in that place. That's why I think it was important to critique Hillary Clinton and the State Department. I think it was important to question Barack Obama with regard to the IRS. But what's baffling to me is this idea that conservatives keep offering that somehow we won't talk about Benghazi. All we ever talk about is Benghazi.